Hello and welcome to the penultimate week of HRL Reach Throwback, week number 9, doing 2 races on this night, taking a look at TripReignZ SX. This is a pretty cheesy one. We'll get into why as we go on to the race here. But yeah, TripReignZ SX is going to be 18 laps, I believe, on this one, because I think it's 10 per checkpoint. So we'll be going to 181 on the checkpoint. Let's go through our RNG's starting order here. We got Turkey, Soul, Detail, Vulcan, Roman, Camby, Hunter, Nuked, Opix, and Luke starting them off. Let's go over here. Gate going to drop any moment now. Pretty tight start, honestly. We'll see how these guys get through it. A few drivers trying to cheese the start, and we're green. See who gets the whole shot. Well, I don't know. We'll call it at the sign. Looks like Soul up front. Oh, Nuked goes down, and Detail also goes down. Both of them getting caught in the lag bubble early on. He's going to go back a bit at the beginning of the first lap. Well, usually better to get it out of the way now, but it's still not the way you want to start generally. Hunter's worked his way to the lead now. We saw Vulcan Caser. Oh, wow. Hunter almost going off the berm. Luke gets the big case there. He's going to go back off that. Roman making a move to the lead. It's still Soul and Hunter pretty close. Now it's Roman and Hunter pretty close. Vulcan and Turkey. Oh, Hunter, Vulcan, they get hit with the cheese. Yeah, these rollers are pretty treacherous on this track, and it's a little conky. Soul goes off the berm there. But yeah, they're a little conky, and you'll see throughout the race. The key to this race becomes getting over those without cheesing yourself and doing whatever you need to do to try to get through it clean, because they are pretty rogue, and they don't work a lot of the time. So, oh, Hunter, a little wide on the berm there. Detail making a comeback already in the top 5. Trying to go to the inside here. Camby getting bogged up. That might help him out. Turkey trying to hold everybody off. Roman with a nice early lead. Roman hasn't won a race since the opening week for Rita GP. He's got a nice look now, but he did have the lead early on at our race at Audacity as well. And ended up losing on that one, so we'll see if he can turn it around for this Supercross race. But so far, so good. Pretty decent start. Turkey and Detail with a nice battle. A few bogs on the berms going on there. Roman, interestingly, going for some inside strats. I think maybe just not wanting to get dived. I don't think he was going to get dived on from that far back, but probably what he was thinking there.
Checkpoint
maybe they just looked really close on the radar. I don't think they're actually close enough to pull it off. The nice thing about this track, though, is that not all the sections, of course, but there are a decent amount of sections where you can work both lines a little bit. You can work those insides. Again, not every section. There is still, as always, some sections in these reach tracks where you really need to take the berm or you're not going to clear it, and that's the case for this one too. But I think there's a decent balance of ones where you can actually work the insides and use that in a battle, and we'll probably see drivers do that. Yeah, Detail getting by. Was it? Yeah, it was Turkey. But Turkey fighting back, sending it on the inside, taking the block pass. Not giving up on this battle. I'm not used to not having the 2 light blue drivers. It's weird just seeing Turkey on the track. Slanch, unfortunately, not able to make it for this week, but should be back for the closing weeks of the season for this and Firestone Firehawk as well. The grand finals of that still left to go. Oh, it might get spicy again for second place. Oh, Detail getting side by side with Turkey, but not able to get the momentum there. Gets the case, not going to help, and yeah, he just keeps trying to get by Turkey. It's just not working out. Now he's got Camby pretty close behind. Let's get update on the running of the field here in a second. So Roman still holding on to that lead. Turkey behind him. Detail, Camby, Opix, Luke, Nuked, and Hunter, Vulcan, and Soul. So that's what we're looking at right now.
checkpoint.
Yeah, the roller cheese will definitely, it came up a little bit early on there in that first lap or two, but seems like it's been okay for the last few. But we'll see more of it. We'll see more of it throughout the race. It quickly becomes the key to this race. Not cheesing that jump.
Checkpoint reached.
And now this is getting pretty spicy for second place. Turkey's got Detail and Camby really close. Let's see how they decide to play it. They actually all go for the berm here, but Detail just... Turkey cuts down on the berm early, and he has nowhere to go, so gets hit with a pretty heavy bog, and that's going to get Camby around him. I guess on the bright side, you get a cleaner run through the rollers, and the run on the berm, Camby bogs it out. So Detail ends up getting the spot back in the end, and Turkey, I'm kind of surprised he bogged on that one, but he bogs in front of him, and that's going to cause the case. Detail not able to, probably getting frustrated at this point, but having runs here and there, but not able to get this position.
Checkpoint reached.
On Camby and Turkey. So now it's going to be Roman, Turkey, Camby. What a top 3 podium. For this point in the race, we're already 5 laps down too, so...
Checkpoint reached.
Still plenty of time left. Still plenty of time left. But a decent amount of laps taken down already.
Checkpoint reached. Checkpoint reached.
Camby getting pretty close with Turkey, but where do you make the move? How do you make the move?
Checkpoint reached.
See what he goes for here. Not as good of a run into the rollers, so probably not going to be able to go for a move immediately. And Nuke gets by. Luke and Opix throughout all that. Looks like they had some big cheese issues. They drop back a bit. Camby, oh, okay, maybe now. Looking to the inside. Pretty close, side by side. And also this battle might bring Detail back into it for the second place spot as well, so this could get spicy here.
Checkpoint reached.
And there it is. You can tell he's looking for it. The big, wow, that was sick. The block pass into the 3 wide, into the middle. And it ends up working out well for Detail. He does get the run. Camby gets enough to clear. Turkey does not. Turkey does not. Oh, and oh man, it all fell apart so quickly for Turkey. Good battling, some good moves there, and then got the bog in that first section, and then you know, hitting the pole there. So that's how quickly it can fall apart. That being said, Turkey still in 5th, still in a solid top 5 position. Oh, and then cheesed himself on the berm afterwards as well. That, oh, what the hell? What is going on? How is Turkey casing everything this lap? What is happening? Okay, and then Opix gets cheesed. Okay, the curse is back in. The curse is back in. Track is now cursed again. It was clean for a couple laps. Now it's back. That made no sense. Like a few of the first cheeses for Turkey in the beginning of that lap made sense, and then he just started messing up areas that I didn't think were possible. I don't know what the hell was going on, but that was, I'll tell you right now, that for sure will end up being, I would hope, Turkey's worst lap of the race. I'll be really shocked if he ends up turning a worse one than that. So at least on the bright side, it cannot, I don't think it can get worse. But this second place battle has spiced up again. Camby with the big bog, Detail and Nuke trying to find a way around, but oh, the slight cheese off the berm there. Running out of room for Detail and Nuke there, but yeah, the bog cheese, they were getting it pretty close to Camby, and then Camby hits the bog in the berm. And that's the tricky part about this Reach SX, is that a lot of the times, you know, on these Supercross races, you don't want to, it's generally not advised to like chase people like right alongside them, right behind them, I should say. Going into a jump, going into a landing, but on Reach, a lot of the times you kind of just have to. You kind of just have to, especially if it's a section. Oh, Detail going for it. Especially if it's a section where like you need the berm. So it just makes it tricky because you kind of have to follow people sometimes, and if they mess up, it'll end up cheesing you, and there's just not a whole lot you could do about it because it could be, you know, it could be a section where you can't take the inside. If it's a section where you can take the inside, then obviously. Then you have a choice, but there's a lot where you just don't have that choice and you kind of just have to follow because you need that berm momentum. And if the guy in front of you cheeses it, there's just not a whole lot you can do unless you get lucky or anticipate it really well. But even then, it's pretty tough, and then the berms in this track are pretty tough as well. Like we see a lot of the drivers flying off the berms in this race, and I don't think that's like a coincidence. I don't think that's like rust or anything or just something you know, weird on the night. The berms on this track are pretty tricky. A lot of them are pretty low, so I think that's part of why that's happening. And also some of these you just have like some pretty crazy momentum going into them as well, which obviously always makes it tougher. So yeah, the berms are pretty tough on this track too, which I think is going to lead to a lot of people getting those bogs. So we're going to see a lot of moments like that throughout the race where, you know, people are bogging in front of each other and trying to people are trying to dodge that, trying to make moves based off that, but it's hard to anticipate. Like you have to anticipate it, but it's really hard to do. And Nuke maybe with the run here. Oh, and yeah, it wasn't his fault at all. Just I think Camby thought the Nuke was coming in hot, and maybe Camby also just having a little bit more momentum than he expected. That's kind of what it seemed like to me. Just had pressure from the inside on top of just like a really freaking fast run. And I think just trying to like have the berm catch him late so he could turn, and it just did not work out the way that he thought. He actually needed to let off there. So either way, ends up going off the berm. And again, that's not the first time that we've seen that this race. We'll probably see it happen to people a couple more times. Again, I don't think it's a coincidence. It's the way this track is with the berms. The berms are low-key pretty tough on this one, so we'll probably see that happen a few more times. But Roman's still out in the lead, and oh! As I mentioned it, the big roller cheese. Is this going to be enough? Not yet, but it will bring Detail back into the picture. We're going to have a battle for the lead here shortly.
Checkpoint reached.
Oh, that bog did not help. No, Roman, that bog did not help. Okay, the roller cheese was unfortunate, but that bog was on him, and that's going to cost him the lead. So unfortunate for Roman there. Going to lose the lead to Detail a little over 2 laps over the halfway point in this race. So Roman has pretty much led the race the entire way. And now this is the first lap that somebody else, I believe that somebody else has led Detail taking over the lead here. We'll see if he can hold on to it if the rollers come back to haunt him as well. But it definitely seems to be a 3-man race at the moment between Detail, Roman, and Nuked. Camby's got a pretty decent gap behind, but to be fair, I mean, compared to the rest of the field, I would say Camby's still in it. We'll call it a 4-man race. Camby's definitely in it compared to everybody else. As you can see over here, Turkey, Opix, and Luke are starting to heat up for potentially a really good top 5 battle there. But yeah, the gap, it's split into 2 different packs. And Nuked going for it on Roman, going for the inside.
Checkpoint reached.
They both make it over. Let's see how they decide to battle this. Roman going for the block pass, pretty aggressive. Not the cleanest move, but not the dirtiest either. Doesn't throw him off the berm, but just gets in front of him to block and steal the momentum enough for him to take the spot. Roman trying his hardest to hold on to that second place. Like I said, this is one of Roman's best opportunities in one of these reach races in a long time. He's trying to take advantage of it here. He's pretty close in points. With Slaunch not showing up tonight, I think he's going to be pretty close with him in points. It's going to make things spicy there. So yeah, Roman's going to try to take advantage the best he can. And Camby definitely gained some ground because of that battle too. So Camby's liking to see that. See, it's still Turkey, Opix, Luke over there with... We're going to be going to 5 to go this time by. The crazy thing is how wrong it went for Turkey. The fact that Turkey's in that second pack. Because Turkey was up here duking it out with these guys until that one lap where just everything that could go wrong for Turkey went wrong. And he somehow found a way to case like half the track. I still don't understand how that happened, but that happened and that lap cost him so much. And kind of lost his chance at, you know, one of his better finishes in reach in a while. Not in an oval, I should say, because Turkey's been having pretty good oval results in general, but yeah, it'd be one of his better results in a different track type and reach in a minute. So unfortunate that he lost that opportunity there. Detail getting a nice gap now. We come into 4 to go this time by, but again, the rollers are the wild card. They've cheesed many times, and they will probably cheese again, so we'll have to keep a close eye on this lead battle, because all it takes is one conk, and there it is for Nuked. It happened for him that lap. Down to 4th now. Camby and Roman go by.
Checkpoint reached.
But again, it's not over. Everybody still has to pass those 4 more times. That's 4 more opportunities for all these drivers to cheese themselves. So this race is certainly not over yet. Hunter and Vulcan having a nice battle for like 7th, 8th, 9th, somewhere around there. 8th, 9th, I don't know, somewhere around there.
Checkpoint.
I think because we have 10 in this lobby, right? We do? Okay, yeah, so the 9th, 8th, I think that's what they were battling for there.
Checkpoint reached. Checkpoint reached.
But the gaps in the top 4 are starting to spread out a bit. But again, we still have many runs through this treacherous section. Oh, that got a little weird. Bumping up a little bit for Detail, but he keeps it on 4.
Checkpoint reached.
And let's see, everybody... There it is. Everybody in the top 4 seems to do it, but Soul cheesing in front of Detail. I'm not sure if that's what caused his case there, if it was just bad timing. But either way, he's going to lose some time off that. Still holding on to the lead, but Roman now getting pretty close in 2nd place. So the lead battle potentially heating up again with some lap driver action. Could spice things up. Roman not out of it yet.
Checkpoint reached. Checkpoint.
Going to get around the outside of Soul there. Soul doing a nice job blue flagging for them. But again, we're going to be going to 2 to go this time by. Camby going to be next up there. Going to try to get by as cleanly as possible. Here we go. This is what it could come down to. And there it is. Detail gets the weird landing. No, and it's going to cost him. And he... Oh, wow. Camby got hit with it that lap, too. Camby got hit with it that lap, too. So it throws Detail back to... Oh, the Soul over the... That was rough. Yeah, I probably should have saw that one coming. That's unfortunate. On the bright side for Soul, or not on the bright side, rather, but, you know, making it not as bad, I suppose, is Soul was already in last place at that point anyways, so... And his next two positions were way over here, so his race was kind of chalked, set in stone. Nuke gets into the podium spot with 2 to go. Gets by Camby at the end of that lap.
Checkpoint
Camby's still close behind.
Checkpoint reached.
Looks like 5th place battle is heated up. Turkey and Luke having a pretty good battle there. Opix has fallen out of it a bit, potentially getting hit with more roller cheese, I assume. Now more lap traffic action. Hunter coming into the play. Oh, Roman! Roman gets hit with it, but Detail gets hit with it too on the last one. That is so unfortunate. Detail saw the line right there. If he, oh man, that is tough. If he could have held on to it that time, it would have set him up perfectly for the win. But maybe even making a little contact with Roman on the edge there is hard to tell. But either way, getting cheesed on the last one, and that's going to put him all the way down to 4th going into the last lap. That is tragic, because that could have been a run for the lead. But it's pretty close between all the top 4, and going into those rollers every lap, we don't know what's going to happen. So let's take a look at what happens here on this final lap of the race, because the win's up for grabs. I mean, it's been cheesing people pretty consistently at the end here. There is a potential lap driver cheese with Hunter as well. I don't think this race is over quite yet. See if anything interesting happens here. This top 3 battle, it's pretty close for the podium spot for Camby and Detail. Nuke not too far behind Roman either, but they both hit it clean. They both hit it clean. Oh, Camby does not. That's tough. Camby was the one that got the short end of the stick on it the last lap. That is tough. But coming to the line. Oh, the case from Nuke potentially opening it up, but nowhere for Detail to go. Roman will take the win. Nuke 2nd, Detail 3rd. Camby in 4th. And we got some gaps. We got to see how this battle turns out. Let's see if it's still... looks like it's decided at this point. It was getting pretty close for a bit for 5th place, but... Looks like it got separated now. Fucking Roman, man. Every goddamn time. Wow! Did he do that on purpose? I'm actually pissed off. I'm about to edit that out. So the rest of the finishers across the line is going to be Luke 5th, Turkey 6th. And... Oh no! Unfortunate cheese for Opix coming late in the race. And it looks like Vulcan will take that 7th place spot. That is tough. Opix taking 8th. Hunter will be... Wow, Soul got pretty close at the end. What the hell? But Hunter will be finishing in 9th, Soul 10th. I don't know how the hell it ended up being that close, but it didn't seem like they were close at all. It ended up being kind of spicy. But there you go. Again, Roman, Nuke, Detail, your top 3. Roman picking up his 2nd moto win on the season. It's been since the first week since he's won one, and now he takes one here at TripReignZ. And now we're going to go into one of the most anticipated tracks in the schedule for me with Adrenaline Autodome. See you guys there.